Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, an average reader, and today's video is a bit of an impromptu had no idea I was going to be doing this today, which is why I look a bit more disheveled than usual, although some of you may argue that I always look this disheveled. I thought I should probably do something because I've just crossed 2,000 subscribers. Been very grateful. I know it's not millions, but it's far more than I thought I would get when I decided to embark on BookTube in May last year. There are a few things I'm going to cover. So firstly, just a little brief life update really on where I've been. I have explained in previous videos I do have a health condition. This means sometimes I am not feeling well enough to make videos, and then I disappear for a short while. And I do often get people asking where I've been. Also, just want to touch on something that's very cool in terms of the booktubing. I got monetized, so I actually started earning some revenue from the videos. And then with the money I've earned so far, I got myself a little booktube treat, which I will unbox in the video. Also, just to say thank you to the people that watch my videos. Without you guys watching my videos, then I wouldn't have this, and that's actually wild to me, that making these videos for fun has got me this little treat. So thank you so much. There will be lots of thanking, so brace yourself. But also just catch up on what I've been reading on the old Kindle. So yeah, I will let you know I started a new series. Some of you might have already seen what I started on my community tab. So firstly, we'll just get into the health issues. I'm going to keep it brief because I could go on forever. I am living with Crohn's disease. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease in 2018, but I have had symptoms of the illness since I was about 11 years old. So it's a very difficult illness to get diagnosed because of all the different symptoms. In this country, at least, through the NHS, you often get fobbed off and made to feel like the symptoms are in your imagination. And yeah, I've been having some issues with my symptoms, which is very common. It fluctuates. So you can medicate Crohn's disease and you can suppress the symptoms, which they call being in remission, but it can come back. You still have flare-ups, and there's surgical interventions. So I did have surgery in 2023. I was in remission for a few months and then it came back anyway. We're having some grumbling symptoms at the end of last year around Christmas time, and then went in for just sort of a basic capsule test in January, and then there were some complications with that, and so then I had to go on some new medication, in for a procedure. Literally this time last week I was under general anesthetic, where they went in, did some things, and then the recovery from that's been a bit tiring. So that's where I've been, and that's also why I'm very tired making this video. So I am really sorry if people are like watching this thinking, God, this guy does not seem himself. I didn't feel myself, but I really wanted to do something to celebrate 2,000 subscribers, hence this video. But I'm getting there. I'm on the road to recovery. Every day I feel like a little bit stronger, and making these videos is always something that makes me feel a lot better about it all. I do a lot of stuff on the side with the Crohn's and Colitis UK charity, so I write for them. I've attended panels before and done Q&As. I also helped oversee the mental health page when they were putting that together, and I try and get involved where I can. So if anyone ever has any questions about Crohn's disease, then by all means, fire them away. If you don't want to put them publicly in the comments, then you can always, my email address is available on my bio, because I like to try and be the person that I needed when I was going through the symptoms and had nobody to turn to ask about it. So yes, so that's my health update. That's as brief as I'm going to keep it, because I want to get to the fun stuff. I'm very eager to open this parcel. So we're going to do that now. Move things around. I don't want anything to get broken. Now let's get to opening this. I'm not going to say what it is, because it's funner, I think, if you see it. A lot of you will probably recognize it. I'm about 3 years late to the pie, but it's something I've looked at and always thought I can't really justify spending the money on it. And then because of BookTube, I've been able to get it. So, oh, cool. I didn't know if it would come in the box or not. Now, also, a quick disclaimer for this, because I know some people will be watching this and thinking, oh, I can't believe you shopped at Amazon. Yep, I shopped at Amazon. I did try and get this from my independent bookshop, which is just on the road. They didn't have it in stock, and to order it, it was going to take like 2 weeks. So then I tried another one. There's another one just down the hill in Crouch End. They also said the same thing. So, and then I was like, I'm just going to get it on Amazon. So I know I should have waited, but I was very excited. And I wanted it to be a part of this video. So Amazon's next day delivery service, you can't frown on it. Right, anyway, the big reveal. Not much of a big reveal. I didn't know it was going to come in that box. I could have done the whole unboxing with this box. There we go. Okay, so people may now start guessing what this is. That's very cool. Maybe for this part, we'll switch to bird's eye view so that you can see it more closely. But, you know, if you can guess what that is, I know my viewership is a load of nerds like me. So I know so many of you are going to know exactly what that is just from this. So let's get into it. So I will actually say this is the most expensive book I've ever brought. And I know to some people it probably actually isn't that expensive. But for me, it is. And oh, look at that. Just divine already. Oh, I didn't know it opens like that. Okay. So, the big reveal. Well, this is the first time I've ever seen this book in person. I've only ever seen it on BookTube videos, so I'm very excited. Oh, that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I almost don't want to take the plastic off it. Okay, let's move this carefully out of the way. That is just sublime. I also like how weighty it is. I don't know if that makes sense. It's quite nice. And then, yeah, that is just... I'm actually speechless. I'm just so happy I've got it. I really didn't think I'd be able to get this because it just felt like a bit of a luxurious expense. So thank you, BookTube, for this wondrous gift. For those of you that don't know what this is, I should probably cover it. This is The Lord of the Rings, illustrated by the author, so J.R.R. Tolkien. So it's got lots of his original ideas and sketches for the story within the book itself. And for me, like a fantasy nerd, this is the absolute dream. So I do have an edition of Lord of the Rings, which featured in one of my bookshelf tours. I've got the one where it's all three in one, which was out in the early 2000s. I read it when I was 11, around the time that the first film came out. And then I just got absolutely obsessed once I'd read the book, I loved it, saw the film, loved the film, obviously. All the video games growing up, like the Two Towers, everything. I mean, it got so entrenched in my life. Whilst I was having guitar lessons, one of the first things I learned was the Hobbit song, like the full Spanish guitar version. And I performed it at my GCSE music thing in year 11. So I'm very much a big fan. I've played all the Shadow of Mordor and everything. I used to collect the Warhammer. So yes, this is a special little gift here. We are going to remove the plastic now because I'm very eager to just have a look at the pages. It just feels so good, which is obviously what you want for something that I think the RRP, as they call it, is like 60 something pounds. I've not even seen a picture or text or anything, and I am just sold. I've got the explanation of what it is here, and then gorgeous red print here. I'm not going to take this fully off because I hate when they get creased, but that is very cool. We've got the eye of Sauron just slapped on the book there. Assuming this is going to be a map of some kind. Yes, I've not been disappointed. Wow. I feel like I could actually frame this. I don't think I'll keep it in the book. I know there's not a lot happening on here right now, but the nerd in me is absolutely screaming at this. This is just divine. I almost feel like emotional. I think I've been through a lot the last few years. So to have this and then also have it through BookTube is just like really special for me. I know I keep saying it, but just thank you for the people that watch my videos and, you know, even the people that watch them because they want to hate me. Thank you as well, because it's all added up to this. And look how beautiful this printing is. It's ridiculous. The Ringverse. Obviously we know it, but just when you consider like what came out of that man's imagination, like J.R.R. Tolkien and everything that he created, it's absolutely just wild. Like, how is it even possible? Okay, so you've got all the books, the appendices, poems and songs, poems and phrases in languages other than common speech, persons, places, things. Then you've got a little list of the illustrations. I see, because I wanted to reread the book soon. And originally I was going to use my old, but I think I'll have a special seat in the flat where I will sit with this beautiful book and just enjoy the story, really, along with his illustrations. It's the sort of book where I would never lend it out to someone. It's a selfish book, is what I would say. I'm not going to do too much more of this because I could literally just sit here and read it. Wow. The Hill, Hobbiton Across the Water. That is actually stunning. Like, I feel like all of these could be enlarged and put around my flat. I would be very happy with them. I don't know what else to say about this book. As I say, I know there's so many videos of people looking at this book because it's been out 3 years or so now. So I am late to the party, like I said, but I'm very happy to have it in my clutches. I don't want to spoil too much, but I would like to see some more art. There we go. A Plan of Brie. Let's try and find one more picture for the road. I like that it stays open. Like, that is always satisfying because there's nothing worse than when we have to keep propping the book open. So thank you for that book, for being so considerate. Minus Morgul and the Crossroads. That's enough of that. That was the unboxing. It was a bit of an all over the place one. I am feeling a bit overwhelmed with gratitude. As I have said a couple of times, that is just very special, very grateful. That is the end of my unboxing segment. I'm still mind blown by this book. And again, very, very grateful to everyone who's watched my videos and helped me achieve this milestone. This feels like, you know, people get those YouTube plaques and they celebrate that. This is my YouTube plaque. I'll put it on full display. Now, onto the final part of my video today, which is what am I reading at the moment? So I have just started The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. So those of you that know, this is book 1 in the Wheel of Time series. I don't even know what compelled me to start this. I think I was watching a lot of different YouTubers talk about the best science fiction and fantasy books, and this got brought up a lot with people saying that it was amazing but quite slow, and it was compared quite heavily to Robin Hobb. And I've just finished the Assassin's Apprentice trilogy. It's officially titled the Farseer trilogy. And I'll be honest, I love the first 2 books. The third book wasn't for me. It just feels like, for me personally, it just fell off completely. It was very, very slow, and it wasn't a satisfying ending to that trilogy. I know there's so much more, but I felt like I needed a break from Robin Hobb, and so I wanted to just read some good fantasy. So I did read, or started reading, a book by an independent author. I do like to try and give those books a chance, because I've read some incredible stuff by independent authors, but I'll be honest, it was pretty terrible. And I got 20% of the way through and just thought, this is awful. And I'm not going to name and shame, because I think it's so hard to be an independent author and sort of get your book seen anyway, that I don't want to be someone who's just trashing on somebody's hard work. It wasn't from me, but a lot of the reviews are glowing. So there are people out there that loved it. So maybe at a later date, I'll include it in some books that I didn't manage to finish or something. But for now, I think I'll just leave it to the side. So I started this, and I am really enjoying it so far. And I've got to about the same way in, so I'm about 20% in. Really like the characters, the world building. It feels, funnily enough, very much like Lord of the Rings. And I know that's a criticism people have had for it, which is when I was looking at what it's about and should I read it. A lot of people were saying it felt like it was a rip-off of Lord of the Rings. And I think for me, because I was looking for something like that, sort of like questing and characters that you can follow and you get really invested in, that's the perfect thing for me. That it feels like more of what I already know. And then I've been told that it gets really good and sort of veers off into its own thing from book 2. So I'm very excited for that, because I'm enjoying book 1 anyway. So it's only going to get better for me, I hope. I heard people describe it as slow. So far, it's not been that slow for me, not compared to like Robin Hobb, where every 5 pages, somebody moves their arm. And I don't say that in a dismissive way. I love the descriptive writing style of Robin Hobb, but there were times when I was like, for example, and this isn't exactly a spoiler, in the 3rd Farseer book, I found myself thinking, I've never ever thought to myself, I wonder what it would be like if somebody devoted 56 chapters to somebody carving stone. But I got that question answered in the 3rd Farseer book. And what it's like is, it's like chewing dust in a room with grey walls, grey carpet, and grey ceilings. I did not enjoy it. It felt like a chore to finish, and any of you that have seen my videos in the past about reading, I think reading should be fun. It should not be a chore. It's not my job. So I did actually start that book and DNF it, and then I went back to it and thought, no, I need to finish this trilogy. I need it just done so I can move on with my life. I sound like this is what's crazy is I loved the first two, and I really like the character of Fitz and Night Eyes and lots of other characters. So I will go back to that world, but I need to break. And so now, yeah, I'm on Wheel of Time, and I will probably post an update once I finish it about how I got on with the book as a whole. But so far, as I said, I'm really enjoying it. I know it's also an Amazon series at the moment, but people have told me that the book is better than the series. So I'm going to read it before I watch it, because I was robbed of that in the past with Game of Thrones, which I know hasn't actually been finished, but I really like those books, and I wish I'd read them before I'd seen the show. And I mean, given that ending, I wish that I'd waited for them to be finished before I even began the show. That's a whole other topic. You know, will we ever get the end of the books? Who knows? But anyway, that's my update. It's been a bit of a scatty video. So thank you for sticking with me if you're still here watching at the end. I'd love to know what you guys are reading, how you're getting on with things. And just once more, I just need to say thank you so much for watching my videos and the support and the patience, because I know I'm not the most organized when it comes to posting or consistent, but that's not because I don't enjoy it or care. It's just hard when you've got a chronic illness that is unpredictable. So I am trying my best, and I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for this. It feels like Christmas. I will probably just spend the rest of the day staring at it once I finish recording. So also just want to add that I've touched on it already, but to hit over 2,000 subscribers is insane to me. So I started this channel on a whim. It was like May last year, and I just thought, well, I'd spent for like a couple of years on and off, I'd thought I'd like to have a booktube channel, and I'd like to talk about reading, because I don't really have like friends that are as into reading as I am, that live locally, so I don't really get a chance to just waffle about books. So this is more just an outlet for me to just talk about it, especially tech. I get really excited about tech, and not many people I know really care as much as I do about those things. So it was just an outlet for me to just waffle on, because I have some experience with like creating things and putting them out there. From like 2007 to about 2015, I used to produce music, like drum and bass and things, and I would put that online. And I knew how hard it was to get people to take notice of what you're making. And I did do quite well with it. And I managed to get my own little audience. And I had some music that was on a TV show called Skins in the UK, which was very, very popular. Some stuff on Spotify and through various labels and things. But I knew diving back into the world of creating things just purely for fun still doesn't mean you get an audience. So I don't like to like ask my friends and family, like none of them even know this channel exists really. I don't like to beg people to watch videos. I just wanted to put them out, and then if people watch them, they watch them, like an organic thing. So yeah, to get to over 2,000 subscribers is insane. And then the views, that just goes over my head. I think we're nearing 400,000 views, which is just crazy. But I'm just really grateful. So thank you so much for the support. I don't even know what else I'm waffling. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you enjoyed that video, you're new here, I should have said this at the start, but my brain is a bit... I'm an average reader. This channel is all about reading from the average person's perspective. Don't set unrealistic goals. I'm not here to shame you for how many books you've read this year or tell you that the books you like are rubbish. I'm just here to talk about my love of reading. And I love hearing about you guys' love of reading and the tech that helps you do it. And until the next time, guys, you take care.